Well, this will be take two. I was right in the middle of my video and my phone shut off. So I guess it didn't want to play today. So let me try this again. I have two things today. First is a mail call. Oh, first of all, hello everybody. I hope you're all doing great today. I'm doing pretty good. And the smoke is not too bad this morning. Still kind of hazy, but we're going to have smoke for a while. And I did get my respirator mask, so I wear that when I go outside on the really smoky days. It's all good. So it's kind of a nuisance, but you know, what are you going to do? Till the fires are out, we're going to get smoke. So I received in the mail a really nice mail call. It's a gift from Cowboy Jojo's Adventures. He travels. He has lots of really awesome, interesting places to see. Good subjects. He does cooking, which I've tried out a couple of his recipes. Really good. So you guys have to go see his channel, and I'll put a link in the description. But first of all, he sent me a card. Really nice card. Whoops. Had it upside down. Really nice. If you can read that, it's really sweet. You can pause it and read it if you like. He said on the envelope, he said, a gift of thought during these times of COVID-19, and enjoy. Yeah, I think we all need a little cheering up during this time. This is getting really tiresome, let me tell you. And the mask thing, oh my God, don't even get me started on that stupid mask thing. His card says, hello, Cindy. I knew you loved magnets, so I thought it would be nice for you to have one from Australia. The other two items are gifts to keep the nasties away in your drawers. And what they are, they're drawer sachet packets. And he sent me two of them. That's the first one. And let me tell you, oh, these smell so good. I really like them because a lot of the drawer sachets that I find that I buy, and I do use them, so this is perfect. Thank you. They have a really weak smell, and they really don't last very long. But these have a really strong smell, and oh, they smell so good. I wish we had smell vision or smell videos. These are so nice. Oh, they're really nice. I'm going to put those definitely in my drawer. I'm going to replace the one I have with these because I like these. Thank you, Jojo. That was perfect. Perfect. I love them. And he says that he loves my channel, so I thought I would send a gift of love and friendship to you. Love from Joseph at Cowboy Jojo Adventures. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is so thoughtful and so sweet. And he sent me a magnet. Isn't that cool? From Australia. I collect magnets and I collect coffee cups. And I've got a ton of them, but I love every one of them. And I did go to Australia once with my late fiance many years ago. And we just fell in love with the country. I mean, the people are awesome. We like the country. I just fell in love with it. So this is greatly appreciated, Jojo. Beautiful. Those are my wonderful gifts and my nice card. You're awesome. And I love your channel too. He has an excellent channel. So that was my mail call, my awesome, awesome mail call. Can't thank you enough. That is so cool. I love getting mail. It just makes my whole day. And especially coffee cups and magnets. That magnet is awesome. It's going right up with my magnet collection as soon as I'm done here. And my next thing, getting into my video, is my youngest son had gotten married in Virginia City, and he wanted an old-fashioned, like 1800s wedding type of setting. And so they picked the Silver Queen in Virginia City because they have a chapel in, you walk through the saloon and past the bar, everybody's sitting there drinking, and then you go into the chapel. And here, let me show you some pictures. So that's kind of what it looks like. You know, showed you a picture of the rooms and the chapel and the saloon. It really is an awesome place to go visit because I love Virginia City. It's like they're stuck back in the 1800s. They dress it. They work there. I mean, it's like they live and breathe the Western culture. And I just absolutely love going up there. You could spend weeks up there. I mean, there's so much to see, the museums, and I will have more. I mean, I haven't even touched on, I've done several videos, but haven't even touched on even a third of what's up there. So I'll be doing much more of that. But I wanted to tell you about the Silver Queen since I found out some interesting information about it. When I went up there for my son's wedding, I got to talking to the minister there. And I'll show him in a clip here in a second. But I want to tell you a little bit about it. The Silver Queen was built between 1860 and 1909. And the reason for that much of a time spread is because the hotel actually was built in 1860, but it had burnt down. They did have a major fire that destroyed a large part of the mining community up there, including the little town they had there. So it was rebuilt in 1909. The Silver Queen contains a spacious saloon and offers a second floor of hotel guest rooms, which is a lot of the paranormal people that do investigations will stay in these rooms. They're promoted as a location of repeated spirit manifestations. And so, you know, if you're a ghost, many ghost hunters, and if you're a ghost hunter, that's the place to go. That place and the Opera House, well, pretty much anywhere in Virginia City is purported to be haunted. So if you don't happen to see a ghost during your stay, you'll not miss the giant woman standing in the saloon. It's a huge portrait. Her dress is made from thousands of silver dollars, and she's always visible. You can't miss her. She's 15 feet tall, 8 feet wide, and her portrait actually touches the ceiling. It's a painting of a lady in an evening gown decorated with 3,261 Morgan silver dollars, and they're real 1800s silver dollars. I can't even imagine what that portrait is worth. Wow. And the silver dollars were minted in Carson City, which is now, the mint is in the Nevada State Museum in Carson City, which is another place you guys got to see. Her belt is fashioned from 28 $20 gold pieces. Back then they had big silver coins, and they were worth $20 each. Can you imagine? I mean, not silver coins, I mean gold coins that were $20 gold coins worth $20. Instead of paper money, it was like an actual piece of gold. Beautiful. And her choker and bracelets are made from dimes. And let me show you her picture. Okay, now I'm going to get into a little video. I interviewed the minister that married my son and to his wife, and I kind of cornered him after the ceremony. So it's a little bit noisy. You really have to pay attention to what he's saying and listen carefully, because this was right after, and he did have another wedding coming up. So I wanted to wait until the room had cleared to interview him, but I had a very short time frame because he did have to get to another wedding. So he was kind enough to stop for a moment and talk to me about this. There is the chapel actually was used for funerals way back when. Most of and it has a vault in it that during the winter it does snow heavily up there. The ground freezes and you can't really have burials in the wintertime. So because back then they didn't have the tools and the equipment to dig that hard frozen ground. So what they would do, and most of the buildings in Virginia City have these. They're like little vaults, they're rooms off of main rooms. Like some of them have the vaults are off the saloons and off the chapels. They have them in the hotels. And it was because when, you had to preserve them and they were quite cold, they would keep them very cold in those rooms in the little vaults. They're like, well, I'll show you, because I walked into it, I'll show you the vault. But they're very small, and what they would do is they would actually stack the coffins in these vaults. And then in the spring, when the ground thawed, they would go through town, whatever building, and most of the old buildings have them. They would take the people out of the vaults and then take them to the cemetery and give them a funeral. But in the meantime, off these little rooms and these little chapels and whatever, they would have a memorial for the person and put the bodies in the vaults for spring. So anyway, he was talking a little bit about this. I found that totally fascinating. Had no idea. I've been in those buildings many times. Had no idea that they had these little vaults. So I found it pretty interesting. So here is the video, the interview I did with the minister. He did tell me that a lot of people up there he calls them players. They play the part of the 1800s. They dress up in the clothes and they look like them. He says, but I am the part. And that kind of cracked me up when he said that. But he acts like it. He dresses like that 24/7, in the old 1800s clothes. He packs a .44 revolver on his hip, a real one. And it was kind of funny during my son's wedding when they get to the part where they say, if anyone objects, say now or hold your peace. He goes, and I want to remind everybody, I do have a .44. So it was kind of funny. But here's his interview. I hope you enjoy it. And I'll show you the little room in the vault. This is just a short one, but I just find these little things interesting and wanted to share them with you. So here we go.
And late 1800s, early 1900s, they would put the dead bodies in a crypt because they couldn't dig holes in the cemetery during the wintertime, frozen in too much snow. Most of the large buildings on this side of the street have a crypt. This one is 2 feet thick, solid brick, and it has iron doors on the inside, and it stays cool in there year round. and that's where they used to store the dead bodies until they could bury them. And I had the door open one day and was standing next to it, and my wife took a picture, and there is a ghost standing next to me in that picture. So the hotel is haunted.
Wow, that's really cool. That's a good story.
Yeah. We have a lot of people that take pictures in here during and after weddings, and they find orbs in their pictures quite often.
Find words in their pictures?
Orbs in our pictures, because you can tell it's an orb, because an orb is not dust, it has a pattern on the inside of it.
Oh,
And that's how you can tell it's an orb.
well, that's cool.
And we've had pictures of twin orbs show up, there's two of them all together each time. And we've had different colored ones, with brown ones, and blue ones, and green ones.
Wow.
So, yeah, they aren't just white, they're different colors as well. And they all had a pattern on the inside of them.
So that's how you tell it's an orb, is because they have a pattern.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And we take the
interesting.
pictures in the bar and in the hotel rooms up there, and we get the same thing. We get orbs up there, and they have patterns on the inside of them.
Oh, I
We have
didn't
a
know.
notebook out there with a lot of pictures of the hotel, the bar, and the chapel here, and they all have orbs in them.
Wow. And so you said you've had ghost hunters and people here too?
Oh yeah, the Ghost Adventures have been here about 4 times.
The ghost hunters?
I think it's Ghost Adventures with Zach.
Ghost adventures with
Yeah,
Zach, yeah.
And we've had other ghost hunters up here as well.
That's really awesome.
All the time, actually. They go up to room 11 up in the hotel up there, because that's the room that Rosie committed suicide in. She was a prostitute.
Oh,
So it is very, very haunted.
well, that's really cool. So thank you for that information. And
very
you
welcome.
said you've been on TV too, right?
Oh, quite a few times, yes.
Okay.
I am Reverend James.
Reverend
Pistol
James.
Packing preacher.
Yeah, this is the man who just married my son and his wife.
Yeah.
And what shows have you been on?
I'm sorry?
What shows have you been on?
Oh, I've been on Mysteries at the Museum about the suicide people. Did an interview with Lake Tahoe TV. I've been on BBC Travel Channel. My cards, I have over 11,000 cards out there all over the world. And that's how they got a hold of me. They gave me an email. BBC from Europe gave me an email, wanted to have an interview, and that's how they got here with their travel channel. And I've done a music video with Shooter Jennings, and was on TV with Zach and his crew with the Ghost Adventures. And quite a number of times I've been on TV.
That's really great.
We have a lot of docents up here that they call them, and they dress up as old Western people and everything. I am the only one up here that I don't play a part. I am the part. I am a licensed ordained minister.
That is so cool.
I have a lot of fun at it too.
I bet you do enjoy this. This would be great.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go take a little look in the crypt then.
You bet. Yeah.
And this is where they kept the bodies because of the cold, and they had to preserve them till
Yeah, a lot
spring,
of snow and everything was frozen during the wintertime. They couldn't dig holes.
right? Yeah.
They only had picks and shovels. They didn't have tractors like we have now.
That's really
Okay.
cool. Wish I could travel back in time and actually see this stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think I'd want to stay there, but to see it would
Yeah.
be cool.
Take pictures of it too. Yeah.
Now that would be some good video.
Oh yeah.
Okay guys, let's take a look in the crypt. And of course they have props and things. Ouch. That was quite a step. Of course they have skeletons in here with a parrot on his shoulder, probably a parrot. Oh, you can't see very much in here, but I hadn't planned on being in here, so I don't have a flashlight. This is a small room, but it's really cold in here. But it's 2 feet thick bricks. You can see, you can't see it, but off to the right of the skeleton here is a chute where they would have coal come down into the building, and there's a furnace and it would heat the building with the coal. So this is kind of cool, inside of a crypt that they now keep props in, obviously. But something to see. It's really interesting is that the floor is actually dirt. That's actually dirt. So just thought I'd share this with you. Thought it was interesting. And I'm going to go on back out, and it goes out into a chapel where my son and his wife were just married. And the guy was kind enough to let me look inside the crypt. Isn't this a pretty chapel? And this is in Virginia City. So hold on while I step down here. Oh, that was a long step. And this is the crypt door. Fasten that back up. And I'll show you the whole door here. This is kind of impromptu. That's the crypt door, where they used to store the bodies in the wintertime when people died. So that's pretty cool. They have this decorated really nice. It's really sweet. So this is the chapel where they were married today. And there you are. Very pretty. Thanks for watching. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little interview, that little bit of a clip, and the information. I am in love with Virginia City, and everybody that goes up there falls in love with it. It's an amazing place. It's like walking through a time warp. My son lived up there for a while when he worked at the Comstock mine up there, and I would go up and visit him quite often because it's just incredible. You have to experience it to know what I'm talking about. But if you like the old Western culture, it's like walking into an old Western movie, but it's for real. So if you like that kind of thing, like me, then you would absolutely fall in love with it. So I'm going to leave you with that. You guys have a great day. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you on my next adventure. And go out and have some adventures of your own. And smoke or no smoke, I usually wait for a fairly clear day to go. But we're going to have some more adventures. So we'll talk to you guys later. And my best to all of you. I hope you're all well. And thank you for watching my channel. Bye-bye.